Good morning. Happy Friday. Okay, so I wasn't even really going to do a video today, and something happened yesterday while I was at lunch, and I thought, oh my gosh, somebody might need this on this Friday. So I went, I sit in a box. I call it my gopher hole. I sit in my gopher hole for, 8 hours a day, probably like a lot of us do. And you just need to get up and move. Okay, you need to get up, you need to stretch. Sometimes I fix lunch and I, sit at my desk and, study, because I'm, studying right now for a test. And I was like, today I need to get up. I need to get up. I need to go walk around. It's really pretty out here around our building. There's like a little lakes, around here. There are gators, so I watch out for the gators. But anyway, so I'm gonna turn around so you'll get a visual. See this lake right here? This is the one I'm talking about, right there. Okay, so yesterday I walked out there, and in this story, I want you to start thinking about whether you are the fish or the bird in this story. And I took a picture of it yesterday. It'll be blurry, but I'll put it down in the comments so that you can see, I'm not making this up. This actually happened yesterday. And it just really resonated with me. And so I was like, I got to tell a story. So I walked out, and I'm watching these fish swim, and it's like a little shallow lake. It's not that deep, but you could see there's like all this growth, and there were these fish that were just really slowly, kind of just probably looking for lunch, just swimming around a little bit. So on the other side of like the lake, there was this bird, and I've learned so much about these birds out here in Florida, because I'm telling you, we didn't have these kind of birds in Mississippi or Tennessee. So I'm watching this bird, and it's kind of one of those birds that will like dive under the water and then come back up. And I was like, oh my gosh, they do that a lot here. So this bird like dives down, and he comes up, and he's got this fish in his mouth. And I'm like, I know it's lunchtime, but I'm pulling for the fish. I'm like, dude, get away from the bird. And, the fish is like flopping, and, I'm such an underdog person. I'm like, oh, let's cheer for the underdog. Come on, fish, battle back, get away. And then I see the bird come out of the water and hop up on like this little drainage pipe thing that runs under the road to the other lake. And I'm still like, oh, come on, fish, get away. Then this real disturbing thing happened. And the bird starts taking the fish, like he's got him by the tail, and he's like banging him like on the concrete, like just banging him, beating him on the concrete. And I'm like, oh, this is not going to end well for the fish. It's not going to end well for the fish. And sure enough, like after a few minutes, he's beating the poor fish. And then you start seeing him like he's gulping him. And I'm just like, I felt so bad for the fish. But then, this morning I was thinking about the bird. And, it kind of gave me a sense of what are we in this scenario? Are we the fish or are we the bird? I think some days we feel like the fish, like, we're just getting beat up, or like, you need to do something, but you don't want to, and something keeps beating you up against the head, up against the concrete, like, wake up, I'm telling you to do something. If you're not going to do it, you're going to go down in defeat. Down in defeat is in the bird's belly for lunch. So, y'all know my goal this year, making so many changes in my life. And I want, in this scenario, as much as I was pulling for the fish was me a year ago. But I'm the bird. I'm turning into the bird. So it's like, after he eats the fish, he props up, like on the little guardrail, because I don't know if you saw there's like a road right there. He pops up on the guardrail and he spreads his wings like really big. And it's almost like you can kind of see it two different ways. Is he putting his wings out, like poking his chest out like, oh, I just defeated the fish? When in reality, he's just drying his wings because he just went underwater to get the fish. So I think sometimes whatever we're going through and whatever we're fighting through, whatever we're battling through, even if it's in our mind, if it's in our heart, if it's in our physical body, if it's in our spiritual body, at some point we're the fish, and at some point we really need to be the bird. I encourage you to figure out who you are, where you want to get, where you want to be. If you want to be the fish and you're okay being the fish, then be the biggest, fattest fish in the lake. Swim deep so the birds can't catch you. But if you're the bird, bow up, go get your lunch, spread them wings. You have no idea how far you can soar. All right, I gotta go to work. I love you guys. Have a absolutely fabulous weekend. All right, bye.